Manchester United have just drawn with Fiorentina, and despite winning on penalties and United lifting the prestigious Snapdragon Cup, the game didn't exactly go how most fans thought it would. The first 5 minutes of the game were ridiculously sluggish and slow-paced, leading to, in the 8th minute, Manchester United conceding from another set piece, something which we have become quite accustomed to since last season. With set pieces, sometimes they're unavoidable when there's great delivery and a good head on the end of it. This corner was very much avoidable. The defending was so bad that there were 2 opposition players just left in acres of space in our box. Towards the second half of the first half, our intensity increased, which led to our goal, created by, of course, Bruno Fernandes, who whipped a ball in from a corner, and both Yoro and Casemiro absolutely bodied a Fiorentina player to get it in the back of the net. So in reality, the only goal we got was through an own goal. Fiorentina had their opportunities with one ball hitting the crossbar, and we had an opportunity with a long-range Cunha shot, as well as Dorgu nearly being played through 1v1 before the ref blew the whistle on an alleged foul by Dorgu. Let's be honest, the ref was wearing his Liverpool undies today. He wasn't fair in the slightest. One positive from today's match was David De Gea. It was nice to see him get his appreciation and the credit he deserved for being such a good servant at Manchester United before the match. It was also nice seeing De Gea getting cheered whenever he touched the ball during the first half. What wasn't nice to see today was Amad Diallo. Now, we all know Amad has a lot of quality. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but the amount of errors from him today was ridiculous. Every time he went to press, he would foul the opposition. He looked sluggish. He had poor pass selection. On the live stream, me and the Old Truthfordians were saying how MBEUMO and Amad are both trying to occupy the same space on the right wing. And if I'm being honest, it doesn't look as though they've really formed a connection just yet. Speaking of MBEUMO though, he really showed me something today. His crossing, first off, absolutely class. Every single cross he put in found the target. This also led to him creating the most chances in the match. His touch, his pass selection, everything was great. And given Amorim has come out after the match saying both him and Cunha are only at 50% right now, I'm very excited to see the future for MBEUMO. The only negative to MBEUMO's game today was the fact you could visibly see he was gassed by the 50th minute. He does need to build his fitness up in time for the Arsenal game next week somehow. Maybe the shiny new Carrington equipment can assist with that. On to another negative though, Casemiro has to leave United. It's clear for all to see that he does not have the legs for the Premier League anymore. We were almost played off the park by a slightly above average Italian team, for Christ's sake. Despite his stats looking semi-decent after the game, my eyes do not deceive me. He will be cooked this year in the Premier League if he's our starting option. Defensively, I'd say we looked fairly solid with Yoro, Maguire and Heaven, all putting in strong performances. Heaven, by the way, I don't know what he's eating, but he's a unit now. Unfortunately, he did have to get subbed off due to injury. I'm hoping that's nothing serious, otherwise Luke Shaw is going to be starting on the opening day against Arsenal. Dorgu impressed defensively as well going forward, still a bit rough, but getting into good positions and linking up well with Cunha. Cunha, who almost scored a worldie against David De Gea from a long ranger, was actually one of the only moments that got me out of my seat. If I could get out of my seat, that is. Let's talk about the subs who came on. Shaw gave us a classic Shaw performance of just attempting the easy pass, making up the numbers. De Ligt defended very well. I believe it was Moise Kean who could have gone through to get the shot, but he put him off of it. Mainoo, I think, played very well when he came on as well. Even though he didn't do anything particularly fancy, what he did do was provide energy into that midfield and spread the play to either side. Something which Casemiro didn't seem to get too involved in today. If it was up to me, when we faced the smaller sides, I would put Mainoo and Fernandes in that midfield too and just try to blast them by maintaining possession, creating wave after wave of attack. Diogo Dalot also came on, and even though I'm not his biggest fan, I was hoping he would come on and do well, given Amad was so poor today. But guess what? He did absolutely nothing. Made 7 backwards and sidewards passes, And that's it. He's a squad player at best, if we're being honest. Following the match, we had a penalty shootout with Fiorentina, where we officially won the Snapdragon Cup. Yippee! Standouts were Ahmad doing the dirtiest Panenka, and Bayendir making a big boy save, just like he did against Arsenal last season. Now, as we look forward to Arsenal, Amorim has a lot of questions to answer. Who's going to be playing in midfield? Will Onana start the game should he be fit? Will he start Sesko, the new signing who was announced today? Rasmus Højlund didn't get a single minute of game time. Surely he's gone now. Amorim is letting him know through his selections that Højlund doesn't have a future at Manchester United. For this season at least. But overall, not the performance we needed or expected. Moments of things almost clicking, but we're a few players short if we really want to challenge for the top 5 this season. Sir Jim needs to get his checkbook out and splash the cash on the labour. I also want to give special credit to Mason Mount. The stats may not show it because he was played as a striker for the majority of the game, but Mason Mount in tight spaces is one of our best passers of the ball. The amount of fancy flicks and passes to open up space and create plays for the team that he performed today really impressed me. I just hope he can stay injury-free because he's done really well today and I want him to build off of it. After the game, Ruben Amorim did come out with a few quotes. Let me just read these out here. I thought we had some difficulties. They had a lot of mobility. We can do better, but I think it was a perfect game of preparation. At times, we struggled without the reference as a striker. We have a new striker now. Speaking on MBEUMO and Cunha, he said, I think they are maybe 50-60% of what they can do. I think, like any other team, we are going to improve during the season and they are going to be so much better. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, subscribe with the bell notification on if you're new, and don't forget to drop a comment letting me know your thoughts on the game. But until then, Godspeed.